Okay, so Coach Brian is going to show us our grade school online lesson. We're going to start with some conditioning, and over here they can either use the towel or the sliders. If they're going to use a towel, they're going to put their feet on the towel. They're going to go into their plank position. They're going to start with 5 tuck-ins. Coach Brian will show on both apparatus. You can just do one on each and 1 or 2. And then, if they have sliders. Okay, if they are using a hardwood floor, they should use a towel. If they have a carpet, it's better if they use either sliders or a plate. Then they're going to do some straddle-ins. So they're going to stand in a big straddle, and they're going to have their hands on the floor, and they're going to just straddle in and out from a plank position. Same thing with the sliders or plates. They'll stand in a straddle, hands on the floor, and go out and in. If that's too hard for them, you can even just have them do open-close. Then for Pike Ends, they're going to do the exact same thing, have their feet together, and they're going to bring their feet in and out. And Coach Brian bunched up the towel a little bit because it makes it easier. So the slider is obviously easy, in and out. Then they're going to do some mountain climbers. And again, for their mountain climbers, they got to squish the towel, straddle and squish the towel, and then they're going to go in and out. And if you want to challenge them, they can do some 1-foot mountain climbers. So they'll have their foot on the, doesn't work so well on this mat, but they can try their best. It's a real challenge. I wonder if maybe we should skip those. Then they're going to fold up their towel. You might want to skip the 1-foot ones. It's a little too hard. Then they're going to fold up the towel and put it under their butt. And they're going to scoot forwards and back. So you might want to fold it up nice and square. Sit on it. They're going to be in a tuck position. They're going to bring their legs forward and push forward. And if it's hard for them, they can just use their hands too. It's a little, depending on the type of surface they have, it might be harder or easier. And on the slider, on a hardwood floor, it works fine on a towel. But as you can see, on a carpet floor, it works just fine with a slider or a plate or frisbee. And then that's it. That's the conditioning. Then they're going to do their stretch. We're not going to show that. And then they're going to do some floor. So they're going to start with some spider walk-ups. Okay, now for this section, you're going to have them for very different than we usually do. You can have them wear socks. They'll do a spider walk-up, and they'll just hold it for a few seconds, and they can come down. Then they're going to do another spider walk-up, and this time they're going to do mountain climbers. Sliding their feet with their socks. And then, last but not least, they're going to do some straddles. So they're going to climb up the wall, and they're going to do one leg at a time. They're going to go open to the side. They can open just a little bit if they want to. Now, all of these things can also be done on a couch. Coach Brian's going to show you. So over here, Coach Brian's going to show us if they had a couch, then they would have to lift their leg in for the mountain climbers, and they would have to lift their leg for the straddles. Nice position. Okay, because it's not going to be able to slide. Nice. Now, after that, they're going to do a handstand sequence. And for that one, it's pretty basic. We don't need to show you much, but if you want, you're going to have them grab the 2 stuffed animals, and you're going to tell them to put it in between their ears and their shoulders and stretch tall. And they're going to have to hold their stuffed animal for their lever, their teeter-totter, all right, for their T, for their lever, for their teeter-totter, and even for their kick switch if you want to get to that, or kicked. Good. And then we're going to end with a headstand sequence. So they're going to put their head on the towel. They're going to fold it up, fold the towel, put their head on the towel, and their hands right in front of the towel, closer to their feet. And then they're going to do some levers first. So go into a mountain position, do some levers on each side. Then they're going to do some teeter-totters. Nice pointed toes, Coach Brian. They can do a few on each side. And last but not least, you can have them do a couple of kick switches. And that's it. We're going to end with a little circuit. So that's not true. We're up to the beam section. So they're going to take a big book or a block. They're going to stand on it, and they're going to practice their passe. Hold. And they can use their 2 stuffed animals. So they're going to be with their arms center in their passe hold. Then they're going to try an arabesque hold, and for that they'll have their arms out. Then they're going to try a squat hold, and for that they're going to have their arms up high to the sky. And then you can have them do a couple of releves, so they can have them stand up on their flat feet and then just do some releves. And we're going to finish with a little game. They have to practice all the things they just did with their stuffed animal on their head. So they can practice a releve with their stuffed animal on their head. They can practice a squat with their stuffed animal on their head. They can practice their arabesque with their stuffed animal on their head, and they can practice their passe with the stuffed animal on their head. So hopefully that will be some fun for them. And last but not least, we are finishing with a little circuit. So they're going to keep their, you can put that there. So for the circuit, they're going to have their towel or their sliders. They'll have their book, and they'll have their couch or their wall. And they're going to go to their wall, and they're going to do their handstand against the wall, spider walk up. They're just going to hold it for 10 seconds if they can. Then they're going to come to their towel, and they're going to do their then they're going to come to their book, and they're going to do their favorite pose with their stuffed animal. So they're going to have their stuffed animal on their head. They can do their favorite pose. Coach Brian shows squat, and then they're going to come to their towel, and they're going to do their favorite drill from the beginning. Maybe, what was the easiest one? Maybe they should do some tuck-ins or and then they can try to do it 3 times through. Thank you, Coach Brian.